Yo.
Don't talk back to your mama podcast.
Okay, ready?
Let's go.
Yo, you ready?
Let's get it.
Yeah,
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Don't Talk Back to Your Mama podcast. I am Latanya. I'm Amari.
I'm Tiara. So, how are you guys feeling tonight?
Not tonight, because it's dark.
It's already dark
It is dark
outside.
outside, and I had no idea.
Yes.
I'm feeling good, period.
I'm feeling it's my bedtime. Ready to go home, smoke hookah, and
I
oh my god, I got my favorite thing for Christmas. So I can't wait to go. Girl, yes, I've been making martinis.
My birthday gift,
Not
your
martinis.
Christmas gift to you.
Yes,
My
I've been
Christmas
making
gift to you.
margaritas like crazy. I used the whole box already.
Mom, you used the whole margarita pods? How many pods
It was like
came in the box?
I don't know, but I used the whole box already.
I think you just got it a week ago.
I know. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I'm ready to go home, smoke some hookah, and drink my margaritas.
Party at Tanya house.
Party at Tanya house, Taco Tuesday. Where my
But,
friends at? Where my friends at? Y'all friends?
We're right here.
Y'all friends are my friends too. So
Mom, we are your friends. You don't have no other
your
friends.
friends are my friends.
She's saying where our friends at. Like, you gotta
Yeah,
invite our
y'all
friends.
Oh,
to the house.
Ashley. Let me call Ashley.
What's more than her? No, I'm feeling really good. I'm excited. Like, yeah, some good shit going on. We got going on. We're
Yeah.
super proud of us.
Yeah, feeling good, living
Yeah.
better.
Yes, living better. Better good stuff. So yeah.
I just think that, like, going forward, I want us to all be on the same page as far as, like, our goals, aspirations, our intentions.
Yeah.
It's very important that we brand ourselves. Like, it's very interesting because me and Mari don't give a fuck about our brand. We don't care. Honestly, I think me and Mari don't care if anyone ever sees us. Like,
Never.
if I could make money without people even seeing my face, if I could make money without even leaving out my
I
house,
feel like I say this every day.
Oh,
Like, if
yeah.
I could just stay in the house and be able to support myself and be happy and not have to come and see everybody, I would definitely prefer it over everything else.
You are your brand. You are your brand. People buy from people, not from things. People buy from people.
girl, we don't know who owns Chick-fil-A. We don't know who owns Target.
Well,
And I be up in Target. I order from Target
I
almost
don't
every
even
day
know.
of my life. I have no idea who
okay,
owns
we
Target.
don't know who owns it, but we buy from the people from who provides us the level of service that we receive every day when we go there. What
No, it has
attracts
nothing
me-
to do with
yes,
the
it
service.
does. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I know it's going to be quick, efficient. I know I'm going to get some bubbly person taking my order, standing in the drive-thru with the little thing in their hand. So for me, it's just important when I go, oh my God, I know exactly what I'm going to get when I get there and from who. If that makes sense. Like Chick-fil-A has personalized their brand. What I'm saying is you don't care necessarily in that situation who the CEO is, because the CEO has empowered every single person that works at Chick-fil-A, and they are consistent, they provide great service, and what's the favorite thing that they always say? It's my pleasure. So I think that, branding is important. Yeah.
Branding is very important, but I just don't want a business where I have to constantly be the face. I don't want a business where I have to constantly be the brand. If I ever do my online boutique, like, it's not going to be about me. It's going to be about my friends. It's going to be about bad bitches in my clothes. This has nothing to do with me.
Tara, that's not true because you handpick every single item that a person is going to purchase.
Yeah, I'm just saying my face. I'm talking about
She doesn't want her face to
I
be
want to
the
separate
brand.
my face from a brand.
I don't know if you can necessarily always do that. Because who else is going to model your clothes better than you?
No, my friends.
Her friend.
Yeah, but I think...
They got better bodies.
Other models.
No, but who's going to be... I think that you're better to represent your brand than anybody else. Let's just use your restaurant, for an example. People don't just come here because, oh my God, we want to... Oh, that's Tiara. Let's go support Tiara.
Okay, biggest
Right?
biggest
Facts.
learning. Okay,
Facts.
yeah, let me give it to you. The whole thing. So, like, I learned firsthand that I don't want to be the face of my brand, because when something bad happens, it falls on Tierra. It's never that was the business. It's never that was the bar. It's never that was the security guard or whatever. It always falls back on you as the owner. Being the face of a business, especially if this is as far as like a bar or hookah bar, no, sir. I would never. Like, I feel like the next bar I open, I don't even want people to know it's me. I just want to make money. Like, and I think that's the biggest difference between me and you, is that like you want to be the face of that brand, and to me it's just like the money is all I care about.
Well, I think that once it starts to be all about the money, I start to think that that's sometimes when the shift happens. To me, a lot of times when it starts being about the money, people don't care about the quality. They don't care about the customer service, and they definitely don't care about their people. And I just think sometimes that can create that type of shift. Regardless of whatever the situation is, people buy from people all the time. And I do get the big box companies. Yes, when you get to those levels, it's bigger than that. When you're a Fortune 500 company, sometimes, but we still know who created Apple. We still know who created the computer. We still know who is the head of Amazon. And maybe we don't buy necessarily because it's their name, but we do know who they are.
But how fair is it that when you fail, people double down on you? But then when you succeed, they take credit away from you. Why is that fair? And I don't want to be a part of this cycle. I don't want to be a part of this problem. I would love to. That's why they have shell companies. Yeah, but you know how many rich ass white white men have shell companies? You would never know who's the true CEO of a company.
But a lot of times they always end up on some type of Forbes list. They always end up on some type of list that shows, how much money they made or whatever. Eventually, everybody's is exposed because everybody wants to know who is who at the end of the day. I just think that that's important. But I think that when you're first starting out and you're building a brand, because I've seen a lot of companies that start off small and they grow, and then the next thing you know is that a big company has took them on. It was a makeup label recently, and I'm sorry guys, I can't think of her name. I'm gonna try to pull it out. And people are like, she sold out because she sold her company, or she's uniting with one of the big box beauty products. But she started off small, where people knew who they were buying from. That's all that I'm saying. I think that building a brand is important, and I think that people need to be able to recognize who's the owner sometimes of the business. Yeah. Because I do think people buy from people. Period.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say maybe like I opened Thirst in 2018. It's 2023.
Right.
I would say maybe the first 2.5 years, my sales were based off of people who fucked with me. Yeah. People who liked me. Yeah. Who thought I was a good time.
Right. Yeah.
And for sure. Yeah. But when something bad happened, they took it back down on me. It was like, I'm going to take my space away from this person, and I'm not going to put money in this person's pockets. And that's why I feel like going forward, I don't want to be connected to nothing. I want to be Tierra, separate from however I make money. Like, that's just how I feel.
I think that's going to be hard to do sometimes, especially when you're African American, you're starting off with a small company. I think it's going to be so easy for people to figure out, who you are. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think you have to understand it may take years to build a good brand, but you're right, it don't take but 30 seconds to ruin one.
30 seconds.
It's seriously for all of a sudden that people see you differently than when you started. But you know me, I'm a big believer in regard to the recovery process, being able to bounce back from anything. And great leaders have to be able to bounce back. You think some of these major products ain't never been through something? They haven't had a disaster. Remember about when COVID started, we were getting the shots. And everybody was saying that, what was the one that didn't have the good shots?
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson was good. One of them, it didn't take but a second that all of a sudden all this negative publicity was being said.
It was Johnson & Johnson.
And then nobody talked about it no more.
But why I can't be honest with myself and say that I don't want negative attention?
What's here?
I don't want, but why can't we
have to have the good with the bad. You're gonna have wins.
I don't want good or bad. Don't give me the credit when it's good or bad.
I think that's hard to do when you put.
I
yourself,
swear to God, I don't
when
need
you put
accolades.
yourself in the situation,
Do you need accolades? Do you feel like when something is going amazing that you need the accolade? Did you need a reward for doing that? Other than my bank account growing, I don't need nothing else. You don't have to give me a reward. You don't have to do nothing.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's
That's
always
how
the
you
case.
feel, Mom.
Yeah, but I don't think that's always the case.
What do you mean?
I don't think that, some people are just sitting at home saying, well, I just want it. It's just about the money. No, it's not.
People win the lottery for like $3 billion,
Well, why do
and they don't even want their face
Okay.
shown on the TV.
So then why is the first thing that we do when we make some, if we don't want to do that attention, we don't want the accolades, we don't want to be seen, the first thing we do when we make some money is we go buy the biggest, baddest car or the biggest, baddest house. We want attention. We want to be seen. We want people to know we're successful. Facts. They do. For us, our community, the way we recognize success is we got to pull up in the Lamborghini or we got to pull up, in the brand new Porsche. That, to us, that represents success.
Because that's what makes me feel good. But I'm not posting it on social media. I'm not fucking showing up at my club in a Porsche. I swear to God, if I get the bar that I want, that's quality and beautiful and amazing, and it makes $1 million every 6 months,
how often
I
does
promise you
that
that I'm
not
not
leak?
showing up at my bar in a Porsche.
And you don't think it's going to leak? What's going to leak?
But it's gonna be my decision to do
But it's
that.
going to leak.
She's saying
Somebody
like people
working
not
at
gonna
the
find out that you got
right.
the Porsche.
Somebody at the company that works for you is going to say, oh yeah, that's Tiara.
It's gonna be a secret to me. I'm not going on social
Tiara,
media
people are
to.
going to know. Sorry, babes. That's just
And that's fine, Mom, but I don't want it to be my decision. I want everything to be my decision. I decided to show people this.
okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I disagree. I think that you're your brand. And I think you have to represent that to the reason. Okay, let's talk about athletes. Why they get so upset? Oh, I'm not a role model. You are a role model. You put yourself on that platform. You put yourself in the public eye. People talk about how great you are. You are. That's who you are. And if you don't want that, then yes, go to a little shell and just be non-existent. But if you decide to open up a place of business, somebody's gonna know you have something to do with it. It's very difficult to escape that. And I hate this whole, I ain't a role model, I don't want to be on Front Street. Well, then go do something else. Because if you put yourself in the public eye and the opportunity where people can see you, then that's how people are going to view you. I don't think there's no getting around that. Like, seriously.
Well, you talking about like NFL players and NBA players versus like club owners and
Right, because definitely when you're like an athlete, you're definitely
Yeah.
your brand because
Right.
you're
Going
selling
straight into
yourself.
it.
I think if you own a business, you are your brand.
No, I'm
I mean,
fine.
Mom, you gotta think about it though. We go eat at Hard Shell. Our Hard Shell is our favorite restaurant.
I don't know
We're
who
sitting
the
there-
fuck
We don't know
owns-
who owns Hard Shell.
And-
We don't go back to Hard Shell because of the person that owns it. We go back to Hard Shell just because of the quality of food and we like what we get there.
Yeah, I think you get there, though. I think that possibly the person who started Hard Shell probably could have been the person going to Virginia Beach or whatever, purchasing their own seafood and doing all of that and selling it at a corner market or selling it off their truck. I'm just saying there are stages to get to the point that you can have privacy. I just think in a startup, sometimes when it's a new business, I think it's hard to sometimes separate yourself because people.
But it
see you.
almost like hurt my feelings at one point in time. The fact that people would be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna keep coming to Thursday because we fuck with Tiara."
Right.
You don't come to Thursday because you like the food. Like, you know what I'm saying? I almost had to get to the point where it was like, do y'all like the food? Like, what do we need to change? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we do like the food, but we come because we fuck
They're
with
trying
you too.
to support you.
And I don't
Tiara,
want, who wants a business like that? I want my business
That's
to speak for itself.
But
I don't want me and my business to even have a correlation or anything.
There are tons of people that sell mac and cheese. You're not that special.
My mac and cheese should be better than everybody
I
else's
get
mac
that.
and
I
cheese.
get that. But what I'm saying is, you're not the only person. It's just like McDonald's to Wendy's. You ain't the only one selling a burger. So people go to where they feel like the things that's most important to them, either the person,
It
the
gotta
quality,
be better.
the
No.
service. But that's when you begin to distinguish yourself. But early on, girl, that's when people on the block
Not
selling
even
mac and
early
cheese.
on, Mom. Like, I just feel like there are other after hours. There are other clubs. Is the hookah better here? Is the food better here? Take me out the equation.
That's hard to do.
But let me challenge myself. I would love for somebody to just be like, take you out the equation, Tiara. this is what you need to fix. A, B, and C. And then I can just be better. I don't want people to just come to my place because they fuck with me. No.
No, that's how it works. Honey.
No. I don't, doesn't feel good. That's not what I want. I don't care about the brand. Like, I don't take me out the equation. That's really how I feel for years.
That comes with it. You know, we want to work for ourselves. We want to, you know, put ourselves in a different lane than everybody else. And if that's the case, if you don't want to be seen, you want to be known, then go work for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to escape that because somebody want to know who the owner is. Oh, they gonna research until they figure it out. You know, good, bad, or indifferent. But it's also hard to hide sometimes who the owner is, unless you are the big box companies. Yeah, sometimes that, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, Walmart just has cheaper prices. Target's a little bit more expensive, but that's when you get into a whole nother category. But it's still Target's branding may be better than Walmart, or vice versa. It still goes back to the end of the day about branding for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Branding is key. Period. So, you know, when people are sitting around thinking about getting started in any type of business, what separates you from everybody else?
Yeah, I guess our disagreement is like, I feel like branding has nothing to do with me. You feel like branding is about the person, but I think Thirst built its brand off of what it offered, right? Because there was no place that was serving great food after 2 a.m.
Okay, that part.
Yeah,
You
there
might be
was not
hitting a
one
niche.
place.
You're hitting
There
a
was
niche.
not place in Richmond, Virginia. That's where we live.
Yeah.
That was serving good food after 2 a.m.
That's a niche.
And a vibe, and we was selling
And
a
hookah.
vibe
Okay.
and a great
I
hookah.
can give you all of
And
that.
when I say it, like, I don't give a fuck.
I would love to do a poll. How many of you came to Thirst because of Tierra, or how many of you came because of the hookah, the after hour?
Yeah, and everything.
I would love to see a poll to prove my
And what you
daughter
think,
wrong.
Ryan? What they gonna say? They gonna vote because they came from the hookah and the food after 2 a.m.
No, they came for Tierra.
I mean, well, you gotta think about the people that didn't know Tierra that just walked in here and was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well we seen this on
We've
seen this on Google and they have reviews.
That's a small number. I'll bet.
So you think that not 80% of Tierra's customers are her people that know her?
I think that
Because it's not like Tierra has 10,000 followers on Instagram.
she doesn't, because they don't want to follow her. They still admire her from afar. Girl, just because they ain't following you and they ain't liking you and they ain't commenting, don't mean they ain't watching. That's a number one thing that's a lie.
Nah, I disagree in that aspect
Well, I'd be
because
interested to
we
take a
really
poll.
we really provided the vibe. I really had girls in here that worked at other places that was
Yeah.
bringing people here.
Okay,
We
Tierra, but I'm just
provided
saying, I
that.
just think it's a higher number still that comes in here for Tierra.
Yeah, I think there are people that come in just for
Or if
the,
they don't come in here for Tierra, they came in here for the people that was in here. It's still
Okay.
people. People still attract people. Your best salesperson is the person, not your product all the time. Because you don't post enough for it to be all about the food. Some of it is really about the people that's bringing the people here too as well. So yeah, I think it wasn't just you, it was the people that was working for you. We always talk about that in these type of environments. Especially anywhere that has a bar. All bartenders got a clientele.
Yeah.
And that's branding.
And I hired bartenders who really knew people and
Yeah.
really brought
And
in
that's
their
the-
own people.
And that's the brand.
So it just really, like, I took it away from me though. From the moment of all of that, like, I really took it away from me.
Yeah, and that's a small percentage that's possible, and you brought people in that attracted people.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't always the mac and cheese. It was still the people that brought them in here.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Can we agree with that?
Yeah, I think it was definitely people. Even Vaughn, like, you know, before whatever. Vaughn brought in his own clientele.
Those were
Vaughn was it.
Yeah, Vaughn was
Period.
it. Yeah, there's no hands down.
Sorry, every time y'all say fine.
I know.
I know, it make you like,
Oh, fine. Yeah, I just think that that's just important. But, you know, honestly, a lot of times it is just all about people. I swear to God, I think you can get paper. There are plenty of people selling paper. There are plenty of people selling wine glasses.
Yeah.
It just narrows down to sometimes either the person or the other things that's most
So do you
important.
feel like some businesses are oversaturated? Okay, so do you feel like some businesses are
Get you some businesses. What are we talking about?
businesses are oversaturated, like trucking? Do you feel like trucking is oversaturated?
I think,
Because a lot of people have been asking me that lately.
yeah, I think that I don't think it's oversaturated. Because let me explain why I feel that way. The number one way to move product is through trucking. There's absolutely no way possible that you're getting your food, your toilet paper, or any of those products without a truck. Now, could it be a little bit more competitive in regard to tier truck A may take a little for $1 less than I take it? That's the issue. The issue isn't the lack of work. It's work out there. So anybody want to get into the trucking logistics industry, there's plenty of opportunities. You just got to go find it, and you've got to find the best fit for you. But you are going to have some competition in regard to prices. Some people fucking the game up, taking loads of shit that we would never take it for. And so they've made it harder for some of us, right? But at the end of the day, no. I don't believe that. It's just like how we say, you know, is it too many restaurants and bars? No, it's more than enough people.
Oh, it's never
It's
too
never
many
too
restaurants
many. I
and
think
bars.
it's the same thing. And I just think at the end of the day, you have to find your niche. Like you said, yours was after hours, hookahs, you know, after certain hours. If you're in the trucking industry, you got to figure out what yours is. Ours is, we're family owned, we're small. We know your name, we know your kid's name. We're writing bonuses. We're making sure that we show up and send flowers when your wife is in the hospital. The big trucks ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So figure out what differentiates you from everybody else. And then the other thing is, you know, we're going with a different service model than what everybody else is going with. So I think it's just figuring that out. But no, I think it's oversaturated.
There's no oversaturated
People scared of
business.
competition, and everybody's not built for this. Everybody's not built for entrepreneurship. So it ain't just about that. And then some people don't even brand themselves. Who are you? Mm-hmm. You know, I just think that that's important. You know, I believe I'm still old school. I'm going to run radio. I'm going to be all over the TV. I'm going to be all over all aspects of where people can see me. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to work on branding is key. Like when people say, oh, I've heard of that, trucking the tail away. Oh, I've heard of that. Oh, you saw the commercial on Fox, or you saw this, you got to make sure that people know, you know, who you are. How many times do people come to us? Me and my brother be like, we don't need be in Thirst. Why are you talking to us about Thirst? Because the bell, it rings. It's a brand. It's a brand. Good, bad, indifferent.
You know who my favorite is though? Like my favorite as far as like branding, I don't even know how the hell she jumped out there and did it. The Brat wife. Some Judy. Is that her name? I love me some Judy because I just don't know how she even did that. Like I love it.
You know what the
I'm
key
obsessed with it. Like I watch her show and I'm just like,
you know what the key is, guys? Here's the key.
Confidence.
She's herself too.
That's why I said when you hop out on confidence and everything you do in confidence. There's nothing. I mean, this girl was making videos, little ads on Instagram. Like there was nothing. She hopped out as her whole self.
Yeah,
like
she did. And then
but that's hard.
Like, girl, grow up. Why is you pushing this unicorn stuff? But it sells. Like that colorful whole thing.
I don't even know if it like. I mean, it doesn't sell just because it's like a unicorn thing.
I don't think
it sells just because she's so confident.
Because she is. But to me, it was like, I'm not going to buy no product with no unicorn. To me, it made me think of a child. But then when I saw her, it was like, oh, I fucks with her. Yeah. So I'm gonna support her. Yeah, I love her too. And then I like the fact that she is helping to rebrand the brand. Do you know who the brand is? Cause
I'm sorry, I don't.
Girl, you don't even know who the brand is, but I bet you know who Gucci is and the Bootsy guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the brand.
What you was trying?
The brand was before all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was with Jermaine Dupri. You ever heard of Jermaine?
Yeah.
Oh, you do know who
You did the record.
Oh, Bow Wow. You probably know who he is.
I know who Bow Wow.
Anyway, so she's the auntie to Bow Wow, basically.
Okay.
But Judy just totally rebranded her. And really just, because one of the things, a lot of things that's tough is when people get into music, they don't know what to do outside of music. So So now people are starting to brand. I agree with you. I love her to death. I love
Yeah.
Super Set, the Crayon Girl, because when you first heard, did y'all hear about her that she sold out in like minutes? And,
Yeah.
okay, who is she? But if you go to her page, you will laugh all day. And the unique piece about being a brand is being your authentic self. And I'll say that about you. People know what they're getting with you. Oh, they're very clear. Oh yeah. So I think you have to be yourself in who you are. And I think that sells. Like, for real, who you are.
And I'm not saying like being myself doesn't sell. I hop out. I'm the same person every single time. But at the same time, I don't want to be judged off of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me be me. Let me do me. Like,
Tiara, you are gonna be judged.
and that's fine, Mom. That's fine. Everybody not trying to be like
Tiara. So you don't think people be like, oh, lit Tiara be lit? What do you think they say?
yeah, but you fuck with me for fucking with me. Like, I don't want none of that.
They fuck with you 'cause you lit.
Yeah, like, I like that, Mom. And with Mari, they be like, Mari is like that girl. She be chill as hell. And they like her for who she is. And Mari don't have to try.
She
Mari,
don't have to try.
She don't even have to say a word. People be like, she's so cute. She's so this and the third.
Yeah.
But that's how me and Mari show up. Like, you don't
I
go
agree
out
with
there to overshow anything.
And I wouldn't want y'all to show up as anybody other than yourself, because people ain't gonna buy from that. You either will have people that come in here, they really, really.
People like Judy and all of them overshow. They was doing the most. Like, they be doing the most. Like, you don't feel like that?
I don't know about that.
We just show up as our authentic selves all the time.
I think that,
But they overshow.
I don't know. I think that's them. I really think that that's who they are every day. You know, in my opinion, I think that's who they are every day. And I just think people buy from realness. People are not gonna buy from something.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna last long. We had this rap group back in the day. I can't even think of what their name was, but they were fake. Somebody was writing all their lyrics and they faded away really quick. So a lot of times when you're not yourself and you're not being authentic or your stuff is not real, eventually people are gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're gonna move on to something else. But the bottom line is you have to brand yourself all the time. The young man we interviewed earlier, he came in here with his brand on. Like, he could have had on Louis and Gucci. He could afford all that shit.
He had it top head to toe.
Right. So that's how important it is. And if you believe in your shit, if you really, live and breathe that, then that's what you're going to deliver to the public every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. He has many choices. He can afford all that other stuff. But he believes in his brand. You have to be I think building your brand is about being a walking billboard of who you are.
Yeah.
When people see you, they're like, oh, I know who she is. And y'all can laugh and joke me all you want, but when I walk in the room, most times people are like, oh, there's my business bestie. Whatever you brand yourself consistently over and over again, that's what people begin to know you as. Period.
Yeah.
So I just think that's your brand is everything, Shorty. I'm
Yeah,
telling
for
you that.
sure.
Yeah, for real. Your brand is everything and who you are.
Yeah, and I'm 30. By the time I'm 50, I hope people just know who I am as far as like who I'm gonna show up as, because I'm gonna show up the same person every single time. Ain't nobody gotta fuck with this vibe. This vibe is gonna always be what it is, and I love it. And who love it gonna be around it. Who don't ain't gonna
be around. And we're okay with that. Here's the thing that people don't understand. You're never gonna have 100% buy-in from anybody.
From everybody.
Right? Everybody's not gonna ever be, and we're not going after everybody anyway. So your target market and who your target audience, is who is for you. The rest of them, we'll be happy to have you, but if we don't, we're okay with that too. Everybody ain't gonna fuck with Letier. Everybody not gonna fuck with confident, strong. Everybody can't relate to that, and it's intimidating sometimes, which is really, really sad. Because it don't even have to be like that.
It really don't.
Yeah, it really don't have to be like that. It has to be a way collectively that we all can support each other. And I love the concept of the guy that we interviewed, that they have 3 different brands under one roof, and everybody is okay with that.
And they all doing their own thing.
And everybody's fine with that, and everybody's fine.
I didn't even know that till before today.
That was like,
and I invited that.
That was real flex. That was a real flex for me. Like, that's a whole nother business model to consider, and to think of, for real. Think about Mari. Mari babysits. Mari gets a lot of her clients because of referrals, because it's Mari. It ain't got nothing to do with that. There are tons of people that babysit. I want Mari to watch my job because I know what I'm gonna get. I know what the experience is like. That's to your little sister. I know she got me. So it's Mari has a brand. She has a solid brand.
Yeah.
They don't fuck with you.
Right.
They
Some
fuck with the
people
vibe.
are definitely the face of their brand.
Right.
Like streamers and YouTubers and things like that. They are the face of their brand.
Right.
But, like, just going back to what we were just talking about, like, club owners, restaurant owners. I mean, like, anything, I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head, but they don't necessarily have to be the face. The owners don't. Like you said, the bartenders, the waitresses, even goddamn the chef in the back of the kitchen.
But
They might even
be the face.
be the
But
face
the
of the
reason
brand.
that a lot of small businesses are the face of their business is because they are so passionate. They're all in the mix. They want to be right there. They want to hold on to it. And some of it is they gotta be all over it. And then sometimes it's the money thing. Like, who else you trust with your money other than you?
Yeah. And then somebody told me the other day, they was like, when I come in here, Tiara, I know I'm going to see your ass smiling behind the bar, trying to give everybody shots, trying to get everybody drunk.
Right.
And I just feel like, so yeah, that's the brand I'm okay with being associated with. But I don't want anything outside of it. I just want it to be authentic. It's just about being authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
Which is, I want everybody around me having a good time. I would have never fucking opened a bar if I didn't want people around me having a good time all the time. I think that's what I love the most about it. Like, when I was bartending for you, like, or whatever, I, bartending after that, bottle girl after that.
For you.
Yeah, because I know.
Yes, people come looking for you. They like you. And that's the selling point. Like, that's the beauty of having a brand when people really just identify.
You're trying to make me like having a brand now.
Yes. It is so serious. For real. And all I'm saying is, as long as you know going into it, don't ever expect to get 100%. I don't shop at Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart. I'm not there. I'm not a fan. But there are tons of people who do. I'm okay with that. Tell them all the time, what store you going to? Where you going to get my stuff from? I am very particular where I want to get my product from. My groceries from, things like that. But that's not a bad thing. I'm just not a fan. So there's enough opportunities out there for everybody. But you got to walk around and represent yourself, in such a manner that you know people are watching you. And when you don't want to be watched, then don't do this shit. Because you're being watched, you're being judged. People having something to say. They are. Can you get it wrong? Yeah, fix it and keep it moving. You're not going to spend forever telling me about everything I did wrong. I'm not even entertaining that shit. I got it wrong. I fixed it. Let's move on. Period.
Okay.
That's it. And that just has to be your attitude about it. But girl,
Was that your honestly?
honestly.
Because we're going into our next segment of...
honestly,
honestly.
I will mess up. I will correct it. Forgive me and move on.
Okay.
I do not want, honestly, for you to hold me accountable to some shit I did 10 years ago for the rest of my life. I don't want to hear about that no more. I done fixed it, I done corrected it, I done made it better, and I'm on to other shit. Do not, honestly, don't hold me accountable to everything I've done in my past.
For sure.
Because
I grow
guess
every
what?
day.
We
You
grow
grow
every
every
day.
day.
That's the word. I've grown so much, girl. Get the heck up out of here.
Yeah.
Honestly, Mari.
Now she flew right into
Honestly,
you.
Mari.
Right, she threw it at me so fast.
Honestly, Mari.
Honestly, I am glad that we decided to do this podcast.
Yes, me too.
Honestly, we talk way more than we normally did because now we have way more stuff to talk about and things like that.
Yeah.
Even though not like we didn't talk all the time either way, but
It's different.
it's different, and I'm glad that we did it because I feel like it brings us closer together, and I like spending time with y'all. So honestly, I'm glad that we did this.
Me too.
Okay, honestly.
Yes.
Honestly, I think everyone, while you think that branding yourself is so important and people are watching you all the time is so important, honestly, I think just show up as the best version of yourself. what feels good to you, show up like that. Like, I don't care. Like, I honestly think that people who fuck with you gonna fuck with you. And who ain't gonna fuck with you, ain't gonna fuck with you. And you just should really do you. Like, honestly, life is short. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
And think about it like this. You know, it's always gonna be somebody who ain't gonna be happy with you, but there could be tons more people that are. And the goal every day is to change. You know, you're not changing everybody's life, but the goal is to change somebody's life. To inspire and motivate somebody. You know, it's always gonna be a hater. It's always gonna be a, you know, what's my new word I learned? A troll. It's always gonna be. It's always gonna be some of those people that exist, but those people just not happy with who they are. You know, and I think the thing I love about the three of us every day, we show up in our best version of ourselves, and we're really happy. Like, we got some shit to go on. We've had heartbreak and disappointment, and we've lost friends, and you know, all type of stuff. But at the end of the day, we are solid when it comes to us, and I think that's what keeps a smile on my face and keeps me going every day. Like, damn, I got these people with us. I'm just proud of y'all, for real. And I'm glad y'all decided to do this with me. You know, and girl, please, y'all got this.
Yes, there's so many people that's faking. Like,
they faking.
Can we talk about the fakers?
But
who, like,
we're not fake. This is our real life.
Yeah,
when people see me out with y'all, they're like, you out with your mom? Oh, that's Miss Tanya. Or if I walk in the room, that's Tiara's mom. Or that's Mari's mom. You know, it gives me pride and joy because it's like, oh, you know, they fuck with my kids. So that means a lot to me when I walk in the room and people represent who I am. And it also reminds me that my kids are doing some good shit. Regardless of sometimes the phone calls I get at night, I know my kids are doing some real.
Girl, what you talking? Like, what was you talking about?
I get phone calls in the night about y'all, so I'm just saying. Honestly, I get phone calls.
Girl, bye.
Anyway, guys, we are so happy, guys. You continue to tune in to us. Again, we have to encourage you guys to go follow us individually so you can continue to get to know us. You know, like, subscribe, and guys, we want to just thank you for tuning in to Don't Talk Back
to Your Mama
podcast.